These are the headlines at 6 o'clock. Rishi Sunak says there's unfinished business on Brexit as he tries to reach a deal with the EU on trade arrangements for Northern Ireland. Awab's law, new rules to improve standards in social housing after 2-year-old Awab Ishak died because of mould in his home. The perils of pavement parking. Safety campaigners in Wales welcome plans to fine drivers who block paths with their cars.
And it's a big cup final day in Scotland and in England as Celtic, Rangers, Manchester United and Newcastle United all go in search of League Cup glory at Hampden Park and Wembley.
Rescue teams searching for a hill walker who's been missing in the Scottish Highlands since last Sunday have found the bodies of a man and a dog in the Glencoe area. Formal identification is still to take place, but the family of 33-year-old Carl Sambrook from West Yorkshire have been informed. He'd been wild camping with his beagle called Bane. Now let's have a run through some of the front of the newspapers, and the Sunday Times leads with an exclusive interview with Rishi Sunak. He tells the paper the Northern Ireland Protocol deal is not a threat to Brexit, but it's about making sure, quote, Brexit works in every part of the United Kingdom. The Observer leads with its own investigation, which found the Police Federation received more than 1,300 claims for legal support from members facing criminal charges last year. Well, the Sunday Mirror features a plea from an 11-year-old Ukrainian boy to the Prime Minister, asking to be reunited with his dad, who's working in England. The paper says the boy and his mother have been offered accommodation in the UK via the Homes for Ukraine scheme, but their case is among thousands that has been caught up in Home Office red tape. And The Telegraph reports the proportion of families securing a place at their first choice secondary school is predicted to hit a record low after a rise in pupil numbers. It's also a really busy day in the world of sport. Gavin's joined me. Gavin, all the papers, of course. Two big things today.
Yeah.
Just run us through them.
Yeah, absolutely right. We've got some roundups, first of all, for the England Rugby Six Nations. They beat Wales yesterday, 20 points to 10. Their biggest victory in Wales since 2003, so huge win for them in many respects. But Wales have got their own problems internally to do with players potentially striking and the WRU and lots of issues around that. But also you've got Cup final day as well, EFL Cup final day, the League Cup final day. This one on the that was at the back of the Sunday Times. This one's the back of the Daily Mail. So what a wind-up, says Kieran Trippier. Newcastle's Kieran Trippier. Newcastle United play Manchester United a bit later on today. That's one of two cup finals. The Scottish League Cup final between Rangers and Celtic as well takes place. But what a wind-up is in. A lot of people are saying that Kieran Trippier and Newcastle are wind-up merchants this season. They have dirty tactics, a lot of people say, fouling and what have you, and time wasting. A lot of people criticising them for that, but it's a huge day for them because it could be a first major trophy in 69 years. So a big day on many accounts. A lot of the fans will be travelling down to Wembley today, absolutely loving it.
Yeah, the train company already warning me that it might be quite a busy journey.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, I hear they've
on.
banned alcohol on the way back though for Newcastle fans, and there's a bit of controversy around that because apparently United fans on the way back to Manchester haven't got booze bans, but they say that the Newcastle trip does. So let's see what happens there. Yeah. Don't know whether that's been lifted or not yet. But
busy day all round. Before you go elsewhere in the papers, I mean, there's some great stories inside the papers if you're just waking up this morning. And I don't know how you might feel about this. This is the Observer suggesting that traditionally, if your adult children move back into the family house, maybe they're struggling to get on the property ladder or maybe they're finding that renting is too expensive. That it has been previously bad for the child's mental health. Well, a big question, one would suppose, about how the adults might feel about this, how the parents might feel about losing their independence. But a new study suggesting actually that even children who are moving back into the family house, it is good news and their mental health actually improves as a result of that. Being back home with mum and dad, even though they might lose some independence, it points out that saving quite a lot of cash and quite a lot of stress might be one of those reasons. And we know the cost of most things is going up right now, but how about the cost of tomatoes? We know there's been shortages in a lot of supermarkets. We've talked about that on the programme this week. But Italian restaurants being forced to replace some stuff because they simply can't get enough passata or tomato. So expect, it says, to see a lot more white pizzas doing the rounds because of the increase in price and availability of the humble pomodoro.
Yeah.
Gavin, have you got any more from inside?
Yes, I do actually. I've gone away from the football and the rugby, and I thought it'd be interesting to talk about this one. There's an interesting boxing match taking place later on between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Social media, effectively.
I was going to say, yes.
Yeah.
So people may know them from YouTube.
YouTube and Tommy Fury, Love Island. Tommy Fury being Tyson Fury's younger brother.
Yep.
Interesting for this one because it's been in the brewing and in the making for quite a while. Jake Paul has had a few fights, has done pretty well in them, but he's a YouTube star. Tommy Fury, reality TV star, is a boxer, but hasn't really stepped up to fight anybody major. So this could be either an embarrassment for him because the Fury family are saying they're going to disown him if he loses, or if Jake Paul wins, there's talk of him getting a ranking in the cruiserweight. So lots of stake here, and an interesting talking point.
Yeah, also a lot of money at stake. It proves that those two worlds collide, don't they? Sport and entertainment.
Exactly right.